back to another video. My name is Tabetha Ray, and what we're going to be talking about today is grace. I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering, oh my goodness, grace. Yes, grace. In the hair care, curly hair community, grace gets a bad reputation, and it has been like that for so long. But see, what we don't realize is that back in our parents' day and their parents' day, they grew up using this grace, and their hair still grew, still flourished, and everything. My mother, to this day, she has beautiful long hair, and she grew up using grease. How I even grew up using grease. I was using Indian hemp grease, and my hair still flourished and was still long. You know, follicles were not clogged, anything like that. And I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like my hair was a little bit more healthier back then than it is today. Part of that has to do with social media. You know, nowadays you see a lot of hair gurus out there that's giving a lot of tips, a lot of advice on hair. And you know what? Some of them are good. I'm not going to knock all of them because some of them do have great advice. But the problem is that social media have become so prevalent and so big, you know, with so much information out there. And a lot of times when you get to a point where you are just consuming just tons and tons of information about anything, but I'm just talking about hair for general, when you're just soaking up and consuming too much information, you don't know what to think. You don't know what to believe. You don't know what to go by because it's just a lot. And then you have so many different products out there because everybody is making hair products and just hoping that the next person will buy it. The next person will buy it. This is all I use. And this is all I need. Once I got a better understanding of my hair, then I never looked back. I was using Indian hemp grease 6 months ago. I had a little bit left and it lasted me 2 weeks. Those 2 weeks, my hair flourished. I had no breakage, no shedding, anything. My hair was soft. It was easily manageable when wash days came about. I'm telling you, petroleum is not the enemy. It's not bad for the hair. Petroleum, what it does, it works as a shield to keep the moistures that you do put in your hair. It protects it. It keeps it from coming out, leaving your hair. When I was only using this and this, and you know, some other products, I was not reaping the benefits. What I noticed was I was using way too much products because my hair will often feel dry after moisturizing it. The next day, I will have to moisturize it again. And I have low porosity hair, meaning, you know, it takes longer for the products to penetrate my scalp and whatnot. So I was really surprised. But ever since I added grease in my hair regimen, I never looked back. My my mother and their generation, they were using grease in their hair. My mother's generation and her mother's generation, they were using grease. They grew up on grease, and their hair still flourished. And the point I'm making is that when I started kind of delving in to certain trends, and this is the reason why you don't want to follow trends, you know. When I started delving in to different trends, a lot of the products I bought, I will say that I mostly bought them as a review, to review those products and let people know if, you know, if they were good, not. But, you know, I did follow some trends and I realized that wasn't quite the best for my hair. So then I started doing my own discernment. I started doing my own research. And I came across this woman. I saw her page a long time ago. Forget her name. But I will leave her information in the description below. But I saw her and she was just talking about, how people, the community make it whereas Greece is the enemy when this is really your best friend. Greece is really your best friend. It is a godsend. It's just that people don't know how to use the Greece. So when we often don't understand something, a lot of times we think negatively about it instead of positive. Or we don't want to give it no time of day. We just like, okay, carry on. If you use the grease by itself, you're not going to really get the benefits. But if you use it with a moisturizing product, you're going to reap all the benefits. Now, some people will say, well, the petroleum, what it does, it sticks on the hair. It's not going to absorb. All it does is sit on top of the scalp. Here's the thing with that. If you use this first and you use this first, you're not going to have that problem. Here's the thing. I use these products under a steamer. You know when you have a product, let's just say you use a deep conditioner and a protein treatment, right? When you look on the back of the product, what does it say? It says leave it in there for like 10 to 15 minutes and then rinse it out, right? Because as soon as you put that product in your hair, you're already reaping the benefits. So it's already, doing its job. It's the same thing with these. When you put these in your hair, it's already reaping the benefits. Okay? It's doing the work already. So by the time that 10 minutes gone up, you're using these products and putting a steamer in your hair and letting it do its work. All you need to do is seal it with this grease. See, the grease is supposed to help seal it. The grease works as a barrier to keep the products in instead of out. Because when I was using the coconut oil and the cream by itself, the products were not staying in my hair and scalp. And so this baby right here, this Holy Grail, this has been keeping the products in. Now, I want to talk to you guys about, I actually want to show you guys how I use these products to reap the benefits, these three right here, but I don't want to make the video too long, so I'm going to have to show you guys in my next video. Okay, if you guys want to see that next video, please hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, and hit that like button so you do not miss any updates. And I hope to see you beautiful girls in my next video. Mwah.